All right, today's gospel reading is from Mark chapter 1, verses 35 through 45. And in the morning, rising up a great while before day, Jesus went out and departed into a desert place, and there prayed. And Simon and they that were with him followed after him. And when they had found him, and said unto him, All men seek for thee. And he said unto them, Let us go into the next towns, that I may preach there also. For therefore came I forth. And he preached in their synagogues throughout all of Galilee, and cast out demons. Explanation here. After healing the sick, he goes away by himself, teaching us not to do anything for show. Even if we should do something good, we should strive to hide it. And he prays to teach us that if we do something good, we should ascribe it to God and say to him, Every good gift is from above and cometh down from thee. For indeed he himself did not need to pray. He does not need to give himself over to the multitude that is seeking him and longing for him. While acknowledging their desire to see him, he goes to the others who are also in need of healing and teaching. It did not befit him to restrict his teaching to one place, but he shed the bright rays of the word everywhere. See how he intertwines action with teaching. For he was both preaching and casting out demons. So you also, O reader, must teach and then act, lest your words be empty. For if Christ had not shown forth miracles, his words would not have been believed. Verses 40 through 42. And there came a leper to him, beseeching him and kneeling down to him, and saying unto him, If thou wilt, thou canst make me clean. And Jesus, moved with compassion, put forth his hand and touched him, and saith to him, I am willing, be thou clean. And as soon as he had spoken, immediately the leprosy departed from him, and he was cleansed. Explanation there. The leper had both faith and understanding, so he did not say, If thou ask God, but if thou wilt, believing in him as God. Christ touches him to show that there is nothing that is unclean, for the law forbade one to touch a leper, as he was unclean. But the Savior touches a leper, showing that nothing is unclean by nature, and that man ought to be set free from the observances of the law, and that these observances applied only to man and not to God. Remember that Elisha had such reverence for the law that he could not endure to see, let alone touch, Naaman, who was a leper, asking for healing. In verses 43 through 45, and he sternly charged him, and forthwith sent him away, and saith unto him, See thou say nothing to any man, but go thy way, show thyself to thy priest, and offer for thy cleansing those things which Moses commanded, for a testimony unto them. But he went out and began to publish it much, and to blaze abroad the matter, insomuch that Jesus could no more openly enter into the city, but was without in desert places. And they came to him from every quarter. Explanation there. And he sternly charged them. But by this as well we are taught not to make a show when we do good to someone. See how the Lord himself commands the man who had been cleansed not to spread his fame. Yet he knew that the man would not obey, but would tell all. Nevertheless, he commands him to say nothing, as I have said, teaching us not to boast. Still, one must be grateful and thank one's benefactor, even if the benefactor does not desire for it. For though the Lord had forbidden him, the leper told everyone of the good thing that had been done to him. The Lord sends him to the priest. For the law decreed that unless the priest declared the former leper to be clean, he was not permitted to enter the city, but was to be driven away. Jesus also commands him to offer the gift which those who had been cleansed were supposed to offer, so that the gift might be testimony that Jesus was not opposed to the law. On the contrary, he held it in such high regard that he himself commanded the very things that were prescribed by the law.